Thank you for joining me for this unboxing video, and today we're bringing you the expansion for the board game Lobotomy, first edition. The name of this expansion is From the Deep, and it's brought to you by Titan Forge Games. Now, I bought this game secondhand, so everything is unpunched already. That's why I'm being kind of gentle with it, because there's a lot of stuff in here and it's kind of loose moving around, so I don't want to damage anything that's obviously inside it. So let's take a look at this, what this expansion is all about. From the Deep is a Lobotomy board game expansion set inspired by the dark and twisted novels of H.P. Lovecraft. There is an ancient evil lurking in the basement of the mental hospital. The Deep Ones, an amphibious humanoid race, are preparing a ritual to call upon their deity. The only people aware of the danger are the patients of the asylum. Are they crazy, or is Dagon, the Great One, really coming to destroy reality? Find out with 5 game-changing modules included in this expansion. Go deep with new miniatures, a new character, Philip Howard, a horde of Deep Ones, and the terrifying Father Dagon. After the gameplay with a set of small boards, the locations of challenging rituals, and finally get reward for saving the world by a deck of mysterious, powerful, beautifully drawn artifacts. So again, in this expansion, what's included? A bunch of miniatures, some cards, a game board tiles, and some more cards. This was released in 2016. Again, you need the base game to enjoy this game. For more information about From the Deep or Lobotomy, again, this is the first edition of the Lobotomy game, not the second. The second one just came out. It's called Lobotomy 2 Manhunt. So this game is independent from that one, but you do need the original base game Lobotomy, first edition, to play this expansion. Again, for more information, you could always go to www.titan-forge.com. And it's not recommended for children under the age of 14. So I'm going to flip this over carefully. And we're going to crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. First off, I'm going to show you is the beautiful H.P. Lovecraftian feel artwork, which is really, really cool. Awesome. Love the artwork. So then, of course, we have the main rule book. I'll show you, we'll get all the stuff here. Okay, here's the manual. Much, much smaller than the original rule set that was handed out in Lobotomy. So your table of contents. Again, another beautiful picture there. My reality is just different than yours. Little introduction and background as to what From the Deep is all about. Picture some of the figures and one of the boards that's included in the game. So, component list. The content. Philip Howard, a new character that you could bring into the game. There's his module, and you have the Deep Ones module. You have the artifacts, the summoning of Dagon, and the underground. So you got the rituals, the setup, objectives, the reward, more rituals, small boards, movement, more rituals, entering the underground, leaving the underground, special rules, haunted caves, the feral lobby, nightmare in a museum, the summoning ritual, lost treasure, overwhelmed. Again, so if we take a look at these, they're all set up the same way. I'll give you a background as to what the mission is. The Deep Ones are gathering forces in the basement. Their main camp is in the Forgotten Crypt. When their numbers reach a critical point, there will be no hope left for the asylum. Your setup, you're going to use small board number 7. Use standard setup. Place an objective token in each crypt in the objective. Open 3 crypts and defeat all Deep Ones. And there's your reward, 4/1. Another expansion, another adventure. The Song from Below, Abyssal Portals, Artifact Run, Dream or Reality, and then the game board tiles. Game board tiles that are included. So you have the Flooded Cave, Toxic Cave, Frozen Passage, Cells, and they're double-sided. So you have the Foyer, the Ritual Room, Icy Cave, and Tomb. And of course, the great people who brought you this game. So there you go. There's your manual. Put that right there. So we've got a new character that we can play and some new monster cards. Pull those out, put that over there. We'll start with the monster cards. There's Dagon. The Siren. And the Deep One. So if we look at it real quick, basic skills. Again, all these icons are explained in the core rulebook, which came with the first edition of Lobotomy. Critical strike, get 5d6. Blood is really warm. It's like drinking hot chocolate, but with more screaming. So those are your 3 new monsters that are included in this expansion. And then you have one more character card, which is the new character that you can play, Philip Howard. So if you wanted to, you could play Philip in the base game as well. Just exchange this card for that one as well. So let's take a look at his card. Philip Howard was a horror writer with a talent for creating the most terrifying monsters in literature. One day he started seeing them in real life, but the doctors could not diagnose schizophrenia. For now, it can only mean that the creatures he sees are real. His mental disorder is schizophrenia, and he has a phobia. Starting equipment, he starts with a ritual knife. So again, this is explained to you in the main core rulebook. Father of all terror, gain control over a non-boss monster on your space. It gains +1 and +1 to attack rolls. You can move it and once per turn attack with it. Other monsters ignore it but lose 1 at the start of every turn. You can control 2 basic or 1 elite monster at a time. So you have some powers over these monsters. That's very, very cool. Again, I don't know if his special ability, if you were playing this in the base game, whether this would stand true as well, because he has powers over the monsters he created in his books, but not the ones that he has in his mind. So that's another thing that you can leave it up to yourself if you want to include him in the base game or not. Okay, then we, of course, as you know, we have some tiles as well, some brand new tiles. The tiles are reversible, so you can use them on both sides, obviously. So this is, also like we said, the flooded cave. Flip that over. This is the toxic cave. So I'll indicating where you're coming in, so it'd be this way. You would start this way in this board here. All right, so that's boards 1 and 2. When you're doing the scenarios, it will be very scenario specific. It'll tell you which boards to use. So number 3, Frozen Passage, which is icy. Very, very cold. You come in over here. Go out over there. Is the cells that are flooded. I wonder if there's a mechanic for, I don't know if it says flooded, but that doesn't mean to me that it's up to the ceiling. Maybe you're wading through the water, or maybe you have to have a mechanic where you have to hold your breath. I'm not sure exactly. And how would you fight when you're underwater? Not quite sure if they have rules for that or not. We'd have to look in the rule book for that. Okay, so that was tiles 3 and 4. Here's number 5 and 6. So number 5 is the foyer. Heading downstairs, or heading to another area of the hospital. And then you have the ritual room, which is here. I love when you watch a horror film and people see that, they're like, oh, let's go in and see what it's all about. Me, I see that, I turn around and walk right back out. Thanks for playing, have a good day, and I leave whatever building that's in and never look back again. But that's just me. I don't have that sense of adventure that some other people might have. I treasure my life a little bit more than that. Number 7, Tomb Dark. Okay, and the last tile, which would be the Icy Cave. So that's all the tiles that are included in this expansion. And of course we have some cards as well. You have new scenario card, Siren Song, objective, defeat the sirens. Next scenario trigger, when there is 1 siren remaining. So that's the core scenario, and then you have lots of other scenarios, obviously, that we read in the manual of the book. There's your 4 cards, as we always talk about. They're starting 4 cards that you pick which one you want for Philip Howard. So Twisted Mind, My World, Yes, My Master, and All God's Calling. So let's take a look at Twisted Mind. I'll see the number goes up to 7. Gain avoidance 3 for this round. Plus 2 attack rolls, and gains 1 strength. Choose a controlled monster. All monsters on its space attack it instead of other characters. And this one is attack with all controlled monsters. Damage dealt recovers your blank if you are on the same space as the attacking monsters. Again, all icons are explained in the core rulebook for the first edition of Lobotomy. So there's some cards there. So you got your scenario card here. You got your Philip Howard main character cards. Right? He also has some memory cards that go along with him as well. Howard's memory. He's got Riley. Oh, hold on a second. Get these as 5. Let's get these in. Put these. All right. Here's another Howard's memory. Yeah, because these all go in a different way. I don't want to reveal anything too much. As you guys know, it's a adventure game, so I don't want to reveal too much about the memories and all that stuff like that. So we could try this again. So we'll start with this one here. Loner from Providence gives you some additional skills down here for this choice. You got Howard's memory, Monster Anatomy. You have True Necronomicon. And then you have Wherever You Go, I Follow. Then we have Ryla, as we already showed you before. Then you have Memory Strip 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which I'll not get into, but we can take a look at one of these cards. So, we live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity. And it was not meant for that we should voyage far. Loner from Providence, skill permanent, costs none. You can lose 1 blank permanently. To recover 2 blank can be used multiple times. So those are, again, those are your memory cards. Again, the rulebook will explain to you how to use those. And again, it's in the core rulebook, not in the expansion rulebook. Then for this expansion, we have a bunch of cards. So we have artifact cards. Lots of artifact cards. We have ritual cards. You can kind of tell immediately which boards are for which. You have weapon cards, equipment cards, and meds. Okay, so let's take one at a time. Again, you have your artifacts. Thor's Hammer, Sword of 1024 Truths, Lobotomy board game, 4-leaf clover. Let's see what that one says. That's pretty funny. So that's your original first edition of Lobotomy. That's what the board game looks like. Of course, you go back, you could see I also did an unboxing for that one as well. Monsters have -1 dice when attacking you. You are always the last to be targeted by monsters when there are other characters on the same space. Looks like, not sure what that is. Looks like +1 idea, and I'm not sure what that means. All right, 4-leaf clover, Amazon braces, Shield of the 300 Battles, Crystal Skull, Silver Key, Shining Trapezhydron, Ring of Jordan, Blackthorn Wand, Stallion Gloves instead of Stallone's gloves, the One Ring, Enigma, Red Shirt. What's red shirt says? That's Star Trek. Okay. Upon death, discard this card instead of moving the warden forward on the Insomnia track. Okay. Death Zone 380, Pottery Cloak, Staff of Ra, Drill of a Kind Request, Creation Kit, Set of Fear, Simulacrum Body. Okay. Same thing again. Saber of Light, Elder Sign, Swallow, Cursed Caribbean Coin, Red and Blue Pill, Sedifar, Simulacrum Hands. This time it's legs. Okay, and Beginner's Luck. Sorry about that. Sorry me botching some of those medical terms. I apologize. Then we also have the ritual cards. Fronts are all the same. Let's take a look. Artifact Run, Lost Treasure, Dream or Reality, Overwhelmed, Haunted Caves, Feral Lobby, Nightmare in a Museum, Summoning Ritual, The Song from Below, and Abyssal Portals. Then we have some weapon cards as well. Scythe, Dio and Lighter, Bone Blade, Spiked Baseball Bat, Ritual Knife, Fire Extinguisher. We also have some equipment as well. Human Skin Mask, Voodoo Doll, Rosary, Vial of Fell Blood, Scarecrow's Hat, Necronomicon. Those right there. And last but not least, you have your meds. Phenobarbital, Clozapine, and Ezopiclone. All right. There they go. And also we have some figures. You have your Philip Howard figure. You have your Siren. Great detail on that figure. Again, I bought this secondhand. I did not buy this when the original Kickstarter came out. I wasn't using Kickstarter at that point in time, but I saw this and I was like, wow. I saw, I think, a YouTube clip on this and I was like, wow, it's just right up my alley. I had to pick it up. So I bought the base game and it came with the expansion as well when I picked it up. It was a little pricey, but I really, enjoy the game so far. So you get 4 of those. There you go. There's the 4th one. So you get 4 of those. You also get the deep ones. Raincoat and all. Which is really, really cool. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So you get 30 of these. 2 of them came off the base. Now, if they come off the base, I'll see. You still got the thing there. All you got to do is glue it right back on. He's good as new. So he fell off the base. 1. This guy fell off the base as well. So throw him over there. And last but not least, we also have, I think his name is Dagor, who is the main villain of this game. Yeah, I think I put I think I put his base over there. So, but give you over here. There's the base for him. That's one of the base. I think it's the bigger one over here. This one's the biggest. Yeah, there's the bigger base. So he would get glued in there like that. So no big deal. Popped off his base. Not broken. So he's got a lot of detail on him. A lot of cool detail on him. He would paint up very, very nicely. Very cool. So there he is. Again, came off his base, no big deal. And last thing, one more of these little things. Now, they're a little different. They're bendy. They're plastic. They're not like the other hard plastic. So you just put them in there like that. Fits right in there. Boop. So you can tell who he is, where he belongs. Then if you want him out, you put your finger there, push it out, and he comes right out of it. Some people use those bases, some people don't during their games. But there you have it. This is everything that's included when you're talking about From the Deep, the Lobotomy expansion. Again, this is for the first edition of the game Lobotomy. The second edition is now available through Kickstarter, Lobotomy 2 Manhunt. Once again, thank you, and this is from Titan Forge. Once again, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please write down your thoughts and leave a comment below. Of course, you can always give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the unboxing video. You can always hit that subscribe button as well, and this way you'll be kept up to date any other time that we release any kind of new material. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.